You knew as a pilot you were going to be assigned to some unit that was flying, and the discussion amongst the arriving pilots was, you know, which way would the shoe fall? Would you be flying a support mission, or would you be flying for a combat mission? It seems like I got reassigned. Every day you would get reassigned to a new unit, a lower level unit. You went from the Army, went down to brigade, and then you went down to battalion, and then from battalion they assigned you to a company. It was quite interesting at the battalion level to recall that there were other flying units in the area, and all of the joke at the clubs and around the coffee shop was, you know, you hope you don't get assigned to the 170th because they're taking rockets every day, and they're doing all sorts of weird stuff up there. And of course, that's the straw I drew, like a lot of other guys. As the guy who had the controls of the helicopter, you really, in our condition, in our case, being a pilot was pretty easy. Being the pilot part was pretty easy, and it was the rest of the crew, the other crew members, who kept you going. They were your eyes and your ears. You had to look in front. They were looking up and down and right and left, and they were shooting for you. You become able to communicate without a lot of words, and with a lot of respect and a lot of trust for one another. And I think that's what we had at the 170th. And when I think about, you know, the flying conditions that we put the helicopters through, which were severe for the design of the aircraft, none of that would have happened if we'd have had shoddily maintained aircraft. I mean, we couldn't have had a second-rate maintenance group. You know, I don't remember going over and patting them on the back, buying them a beer, kissing them on the cheek, telling them thank you for keeping my aircraft going. They just seemed to always fly. We'd put them on the ground with cameras and knives for a week at a time in a foreign country where we weren't supposed to be. And when we would pull them out, them taking fire and being chased in the woods, they would tell us how brave we were, which was pretty amazing to me. You know, when you think about, well, I didn't think we were brave at all. I thought we just kind of snuck in and snuck out. My first trip up, my jaws were agape that people were living in rocket boxes. You know, the boxes that we threw away, that our rockets came in, cardboard, that, you know, aircraft components came in. And we threw all that away. You know, we didn't need that in a compound, and these people were living in these things. We came back for Vietnam. You know, you had to go from glory to shame. You know, when you got on the airplane, you were full of glory. You were coming home. You were safe. You were going back to your friends and family. You had fought for your country. You were a great American, every one of us. And as soon as you land in the United States, you were a baby killer. You know, you were a warmonger, and so you go into a closet, and I think most of us did, went into a closet about discussing it, and we certainly weren't encouraged to go preach about it or talk about it to people. You know, people weren't interested in it. They wanted you to forget it.